I'm Vik Hothi, and over the past 3 decades, learning, training and researching the martial arts has been my life's passion. In 2017, I had a life-threatening illness, and using all of the attributes I had developed through diligent martial arts practice, and in particular the Wing Chun system, I was able to make a full recovery. As a result, I wanted to do a project to give back to this wonderful style of Kung Fu. It's because of this, I made the decision to take my students over to China to interview the leading experts of the main lineages of Wing Chun, all in an effort to bring some clarity to the system, especially as there are many outside influences detracting it from its true essence. In the following videos, I'll be asking a series of questions to the various Sifus to get a better understanding of the history and establishing a baseline for what the Wing Chun Kung Fu system really is. Alright, so in this video, we're interviewing Yiu Chung Keung, who is the son of UK and the grandson of Yiu Choi. Yiu Choi was actually known as one of the 3 heroes of Wing Chun along with Ip Man and UK Saan. Yiu Sifu was incredibly nice, super open and knowledgeable with all of his information, and his particular style of Wing Chun had very snake-like characteristics, of which he had loads of training devices in his gym that helped him develop all of these attributes. You'll see this in the video, and him and his students were very, very cool, so I hope you enjoy all the information.
Yiu Sifu，我哋想請問Yiu Sifu嘅一個詠春嘅背景啦。即係你幾時開始學詠春嘅？
我哋即係姚氏詠春咧，即係話。
Talking about the history, Yiu Choi, Yuen Saan, and Yuen, they are in the early 90s. They are like the 3 heroes of Wing Chun in Fatsaan. And Yuen, he went to Hong Kong in 1949. Yuen Saan, he went to Guangzhou around 50. But his grandfather, Yiu Choi, he stayed in Fatsaan and developed this, never leave. Yiu Choi, this system, it already have more than 100 years history. He says, my father has 3 sons and 2 daughters. One of them, she's their like older sister. It was taught by Yiu Choi himself. In their 3 brothers, he's the youngest one. He's the number 3. He started to learn Wing Chun when he was 5, which was 1969. He says the reason they want to pass it on is because his father UK said his grandfather Yiu Choi input a lot of energy and also a lot of money to learn it, so they don't want to get lost this art, so they want to keep it pass on to next generation. His father told them that they have to pass on generation by generation, so this is why their 3 brothers, they also spend a lot of energy on it. Until this year, it's already 17 years. In Fatsaan, there are many people practice Wing Chun. These Wing Chun 3 heroes, they're kind of like just representatives, not just only 3 of them. And but nowadays, there are many descendants practice Wing Chun or come from them. One part is Wing Chun is not very difficult to train, not like external martial arts. And he found out nowadays many foreigners, they get interested into Chinese culture, and they kind of like more interested in practice Wing Chun than our local Chinese. For example, he has students and grand students in Russia and some other European countries. Today, he talked to one of his students from Korea, and his student said he doesn't like those martial arts on the internet, on the videos, which once get in touch and that the opponent will fly away a few meters. He thought that is very like a fake, it's not real. So he told Yiu Sifu that he doesn't like those. He only interested in practice Wing Chun, which is more practical, I think. Wing Chun uses Yum Lei, which is kind of like a not very hard, not very stiff power. So this is what he defined, which is internal and external. He said since Wing Chun, according to the legend, it was created by a woman. So if it's a woman, cannot have a lot of muscle and very strong. So the character of Wing Chun is soft and use the internal power. There are many versions of the legend. To him, he just agreed what his father told him because his father is also was his teacher, so he will just believe what he said. The time back to 1960 or 70, at that time, Wing Chun was forbidden by the police office or maybe by the government. It's because they consider Wing Chun as anti-lock technique, so it was difficult for the police to catch bad people. But nowadays, the government very open to support the Wing Chun's development. There's two parts. One is like everyone practice Wing Chun. They come from one root. It's kind of like different branches. They developed to like a different way, and they have their own characters later. But they all comes from the same root. And the second part is he thinks nowadays the government are very support the development of Wing Chun, so he thinks it's a very good way, but he doesn't like the situation when some people want just compete with each other, try to find out which one is better than another one. He said it's supposed to be different people. They just try with each other under a friendly base. So they use the snake-shaped hand postures as their character, and also their name is Yiu Chung snake-shaped Wing Chun. According to the legend, it comes from two animals, snake and crane. When they fight, they show some different characters from their animal reactions. So there, they emphasize on the snake shape. So they will do like this. So it's a little bit different. This is a snake shape. The snake, when it starts to attack, it will be very fast, like a flash, will pull back immediately. It's kind of like to poke into the eyes and also throat. These bones are supposedly from crane's wings. If we get rid of the Wing Chun's two main advantages, which use the wrist and use Islam, then there will be like boxing. but these are actually like what Yiu Sifu showed before. The wrist need to be flexible to make some like control, and you have to use the fingers. So with gloves, of course, will be like a boxing. First of all, the Tolo, the forms are the basic, and Qisao is supposed to be the essential part. So we do Qisao to train our feeling and to train our explorer power. If the student train Qisao in a correct way, then they will react very fast and very agile, like very sensitive. Yiu Sifu said he didn't really study Taigei and he said Toisao is from Taigei. And also he read some articles. This Toisao is come like also a training progress for the Taigei people, but to them they just follow another one's move. But here Wing Chun is not. When the Wing Chun people do Qisao, when there is a chance, they will just go in. So it's not follow another one's move. For Wing Chun, we officially we only have 3 forms. Yeah, that's like everyone's the same, Yiu Choi, Yun Kei Saan and Yiman. Other different single drills, they are not forms, but there are some drills. Xiu Lin Tao is the basic form and it's a very important one. You can see when the people do Xiu Lin Tao, they don't move, they just stand still there. That is because this is for training qi. It's the breathing to make it more smoothly and deeply. So this is just for training that, so they don't move when doing Xiu Lin Tao form. The Xiu Lin Tao is the basic and the very important one, and the moves in Xiu Lin Tao form, if the student didn't practice that, it's a little bit difficult for them to do the Cham Kyu and Biu Ji. Basically, Cham Kyu's move and the Biu Ji and also wooden dummy, they all come from the Xiu Lin Tao form. Yeah, the moves are changed from there. Xiu Lin Tao, we stand still there is for the first stage, and we train the hand moves to also keep our breathing fluently, not just tense everything. And then later, it will also, if we can also do some footwork for the Xiu Lin Tao forms. Cham Kyu is to defend first and then attack, and also in Cham Kyu there are like a high bong sao and a lower bong sao. These are changes from the Xiu Lin Tao, which is horizontal bong sao. And for Biu Ji, it's just for attacking. In Biu Ji, there are main 3 techniques, which are Kap Zhang, Guai Zhang, Pai Zhang.
詠春嘅手法嚟嘅，即係喺欽州嗰邊傳過嚟嘅。
In this system, they also have the knives and pole, but the knives with another name, which is called Yi Ji Dou.
我真係唔知喎，咁上邊一路咁流傳落嚟。
Okay. Yiu Sifu said he doesn't know why the weapons are coming into the system, because it's taught by his father and his grandfather, so he doesn't know why there's a weapon and when. In Chinese martial art, there are many martial arts. They will including the system. They will including empty hand forms and also different weapons. The reason he doesn't know why, but if you do the empty hand moves and you know the techniques very well, even you take this chair, you can consider it as a weapon. So if there are any specific for the empty hand techniques, he doesn't know. Okay. Also nowadays, some of the martial arts they also talk about they have like more than 100 forms. That is quite amazing. The point is, it doesn't matter how many forms they have, as long as you can do the techniques very well. Any tools can be a weapon. Yiu Sifu said in their curriculum they do the Yun Sao first. Yun Sao, and then they use the Bong Sao, Tan Sao, those basic hand techniques to train, partner training, and then later to do Qi Sao, and then later they will keep a distance as real fighting. When he was 5 years old, started to learn, his father always told him that do not do a lot of push-ups and do not punch the sandbag too much, because in that case they will make the muscle here too tense, and that is not fulfilling. So he said they, instead of sandbag, they will use a very thick Chinese-style calendar, which one day is 1 page, and then they will use the elbow and the punch. The fist to punch it, to make if the paper fall out, then we'll change a new one. He said his father always told him that the Wing Chun is for women, and women, they don't have too much muscle. So if a person, they train a lot of push-up and also lift weights or maybe punch the sandbags, it's not, it won't be very good at Wing Chun. And his father, he said if he wants to test that someone is good at Wing Chun, he will touch the muscle here. If it's too very hard, very stiff, and then he will think, no, this is not Wing Chun. Okay. This is a snake shape.
Okay.
Wow.